Hello everyone, welcome to my class. In this video, I'll be continuing with third chapter of economics, class 10th, that is money and credit. This is my second video on this chapter. In my first video, I have given a brief introduction about how the money evolved. Now to carry on the topics further, in this video, I'll be discussing about the role of banks. So let's begin the topic. Bank is a financial institution who deals with money and credit as its regular course of business. It accepts deposits from the depositors and grant loans to the needy borrowers. So twin purpose banks are having. Firstly, one thing that we need to remember, that it deals with money and credit, accepting deposits and giving loan to the needy persons. Important functions of the bank: accepting deposit, granting loans, providing safety to valuables of customers. You must have heard about the lockers in the bank where you can keep your valuable things. Then transferring funds from one place to another for the customers, accepting payment for customer, making payment on behalf of customer, for example paying electricity bill, insurance premium, etc. So these are some of the important functions of the bank. Twin purposes are considered to be the main functions of bank. It deals with the depositors, means the people who deposit their money, who have accounts in the bank. They deposit their money there for the safety purpose. And second, it deals with the borrowers, the needy persons who wants to take loan from the bank. Reserve Bank of India supervises the bank. It is the prime bank in India which supervises the working of other banks. Supervision is practiced in the following ways. RBI monitors that banks actually maintain a certain percentage of their deposits as cash balance. When you open any account in the bank, then at that time there is a minimum deposit balance that you need to keep in the account. You can withdraw the entire money from your account, but a minimum balance amount, let's say 500 or 1000 rupees, had to be maintained in your account, right? So it supervised that the other banks, RBI supervised that other banks they maintain this cash balance account. Then RBI supervised the functioning of formal sources of loans and also sees that bank gives loan not just to make profit by giving them to traders and businessmen, but also to the farmers, small cultivators and the small scale industries, right? So to whom the banks are giving money or giving money as a loan to particular people like traders and the high class people, but they need to give money to all, means including the small farmers and cultivators, small scale industries. This has to be supervised by RBI. The rate of interest for formal lenders is decided by RBI. So normally the interest rates are very low. If you take loans from the bank, then the interest rate is considerably low, rather than if you borrow it from any informal source, then it may vary, the interest rate may vary, right? It is the RBI that issues the cash reserve ratio and statutory liquidation ratio to commercial banks so as to maintain minimum cash reserves out of their deposits. So these things these activities are also done by RBI. It maintains a record of the proper liquidation of the money and how much cash reserve ratio is there. So accordingly it decides how much cash need to be printed, or how much cash is required in the market. Then it is the RBI that issues the cash reserve ratio and statutory. This I have already explained. Then periodic reports have to be submitted by all other banks to the RBI, right, which should contain the details such as how much they have lent money to the people and to whom they have given the money as a loan, at what rate of interest they have lended the money. So all these details need to be submitted to the RBI. The RBI is the lender of last resort. Whenever banks are short of funds, they can take loan from RBI. Thus, it is a source of great strength to the banking system. So it also provides funds to the other banks. The RBI also acts as a bank of central clearance, settlements and transfers. So these are some of the important functions of the RBI. Now, major types of deposits. I forgot to tell one important function of RBI, that is on behalf of the central government, RBI issues the currency in India. How much coins need to be minted in a year, how much cash need to be printed in a year, that is also decided by RBI. No other institution, no other agency, no other individual can issue notes and coins in our country except RBI. So let's discuss about the major types of deposits. Demand deposits and time or term deposits. Now, what are demand deposits? It can be withdrawable at any time on demand. You are having an account in a bank, you have your money in that account. If you want to withdraw your money, you can anytime just go to the bank and you can withdraw your money. It includes deposit in current accounts and saving accounts. Different types of accounts are here from where the money can be withdrawn. Now, talking about the time or term deposits, it is withdrawable after a certain period of time, right, as the name suggests, time or term deposit. It includes the deposits in fixed deposit accounts and recurring deposit accounts, right. So these are 4 different types of accounts a account holder can have in any bank: current account, saving account, fixed deposit accounts and recurring deposit accounts. So we'll be understanding these type of accounts. Now, 4 major types of deposit accounts. First is current deposit account. No restriction in deposit, no restriction in withdrawal, no interest is paid by the bank on deposit. This is very important. Suppose you are having a current deposit account, it is having no limit of cash, that how much cash you need to be deposited in your current deposit. You can deposit as much as you can in the current deposit account, but the bank will not pay any interest on it, right. And you cannot at any point withdraw your money from the account. Main purpose of opening such account is to provide safety to customers' cash. Rich businessmen or organization open such accounts where such firms or such individuals which deals with enough cash, big amounts, then they need such kind of current deposit account, that they are dealing with high cash, and just for the safety purpose they open this account in the bank and do their dealings or do their transaction through current deposit accounts. It becomes easy for them. Now, saving deposit account, mostly people have saving accounts in bank. No restriction in deposit. Again, you can deposit as much as you feel like. Then withdrawal is possible at any time subject to some restriction. You can withdraw from your account your money, but there are certain restrictions. Low rate of interest is paid by the bank on the deposit. Main purpose of opening such account is savings and meeting certain uncertain urgencies. Small businessmen and people with low or moderate income open such accounts. Then recurring deposit accounts. Fixed amount is deposited at a fixed interval for a fixed period. Withdrawal is only on maturity. Suppose you have a fixed amount, fixed deposit account where you have fixed one amount, let's say about 1 lakh, and you have fixed that amount for a period of 1 year. So before after 1 year that term period will become mature. So it depends on you to continue with the or to extend the time period of that account, or you need to withdraw your money. It totally depends on you. Now good rate of interest is paid by the bank on deposits, because for one entire year your money is fixed there in the bank. You cannot withdraw your means you can withdraw before the completion of the term period that you have decided, but then the interest bank will not pay, right? And if you suppose the time period that you have kept for the money in your account fixed, after completion of that time period you the bank will pay a good rate of interest if you complete that fixed time period. Main purpose of opening such account is capital formation and savings. People with regular income usually open such accounts. Then fixed deposit account. Fixed amount is deposited for a fixed period. Withdrawal is only on maturity. Highest rate of interest is there. Main purpose of opening such an account is to earn interest and save for certain future needs. People having no other investment option and with some certain future needs, deposits prefer to have fixed deposit accounts. Now demand deposit is a modern form of money. How? Money is demand deposit can be withdrawn at any time through check or ATM, etc. Suppose you are having an account in the bank, then the bank issues an ATM card to you and a checkbook. So with the help of check or your ATM card, you can withdraw your money from your account, right? Moreover, if you don't want to use these two things, then you can simply go to the bank, just fill a demand deposit forms and you can withdraw the money. It can be used to make payment or purchase at any time through check, debit card, net banking, etc. It has purchasing power. Anything having purchasing power is money. Therefore, demand deposit is money. Then modern form of money, money is anything that has a purchasing power. So demand deposit has a purchasing power, can be used for making payments or purchase anything. Therefore, it is modern form of money. Now this is a picture of a check, as you can see. Now features of check. Check is a written document, prescribed form provided by bank. Every bank issues their checkbook, different checkbook. It is written by a depositor to his banker. It carries an order to pay a certain sum of money from the deposit. From if you are having an account, if you are using your checkbook, you just need to fill the amount and to whom you need to give all the details you need to fill in the check and just give it to the or submit in the bank. Then the depositor means the account holder can transfer his money to other person. It is a modern form of money as it can be used to make payment also. It is the most common form of medium that is used for exchanging things, for buying things. Now some of the important essential components of the checks: signature of depositor. Without signature, check is cannot be considered, cannot be acceptable in the bank. Name of the payee means who is the person to whom the check is issued. Then amount must be specific and written both in words and numbers. Date of drawing or making means on which date, till which date the amount can be withdrawn. Then account number of the depositor. Then other different forms of money: card money, or it can be called plastic money. It includes debit card, that is your ATM card, credit card, smart card, health card, etc. Digital cash, net banking, mobile banking, etc. These days in lockdown period, these things are in trend. People are using more and more these things to do the purchasing and business. Bank money includes check, demand draft, banker's check, etc. So students, these are some of the important details of regarding money and the functions of the bank. I hope you like this session. Thank you for watching this video.